Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Queen's Wish. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today in the land of the map that doesn't exist, really. That is the only way for me to tell the name of the map that we're in. Actually, maybe it isn't. Let's look at our... Okay, well, that's a bit of a spoiler then. It's not really. I was spoiling it last episode despite not knowing what was going on. There it is. Also, it says it right there. A tower looms above to you. Above to you to the east. There's what? Okay. Above you, I suppose. To the east, at the top, you see a dragon. It is alive. Although you are in plain sight, the beast doesn't look at you. She just stands still. Then she sniffs the air. She tilts her head to the side, perplexed, and then she turns and walks out of sight. She is a very old beast. Doesn't even fly anymore, apparently. You aren't sure if she detected you or not. Didn't you say that she's perplexed? Why would she be perplexed if she didn't detect me? Or is it like when you said that people were baffled and meant... I don't even know what it could have meant. I was going to say dumbfounded, but that's not really correct either, because, well, it is a little bit more correct than baffled. Dumbfounded, you can be dumbfounded at nothing, but even then it doesn't really work. It's like this sort of dazed. I think dazed might be a better word. Yeah, for sure. And maybe perplexed here means... I have no idea what she would be perplexed at without seeing anything. You enter the lower hall of this fortress. This was the main floor. Tunnels lead off to the north and south. The dragon couldn't fit into these, so she collapsed them. Giant hungry lizards watch the hall. The dragon left them here as guards, and when she needed snacks. Oh, really? We're gonna have to fight? Oh, man. That sucks. I'm not sure what we can do, but I really need to restore my fatigue, because that last battle went really poorly, to the point where basically this is a forced reload, because I don't think we can fight a dragon with this sort of get-up. Let's see what else we find out here. There's some of these... I don't know what these are. Okay, there's some boxes. Boxes don't do anything. The Niset raised giant lizards for food. What an odd and disgusting choice. How dare you? They're lovely to eat and to also pet sometimes. The packs circle you, but they don't attack. They have somehow been trained to leave humans alone. You could always hunt them, of course. Yes, no, I couldn't. They are trained. Yeah, it's called domestication. They're... It's like... Oh, these cows don't run away when I go next to them. Yes, they're domesticated. That is basically what you need. What else do we have? Haven report. Don't steal from me. You stole from me. Okay, well, that's just how we go sometimes. And we leave them, and they literally disappear. There's something back there. There's a nest. Do you see that? Oh, I think we might have found something that is relevant to us. No. What would this be? Well, I think if I save and then try to reload, it says quick save, refuge of the fen. There it is. That's the name of that thing. I'm very apprehensive here, fellas. You don't hear anything. No, I wasn't hearing anything before, but I'm very apprehensive because I think I might need to lower the difficulty to easy again, because if I can't rest, then it is really the case that we need to reload from, well, before the last battle specifically, which is before last episode. And I would have to do it off camera, obviously, but well, no. But I would definitely need to do that. We need to rest. Come on, there has to be a way. Nothing visibly changes. Again, just like before, nothing had changed. You just sense something, a tingle, a stray bit of magic in the air. You spin around just in time to see several alien somethings Swoop down out of the darkness. It's called dragons? My god. It is not that difficult. Also, that is not something... What is that, actually? I don't know that those are dragons. They didn't actually attack me. I want to see what they are. Oh, they're beholders. Nah. Nah. I don't need alien somethings. I'm good with what we are. Yeah. They might have good treasure, but probably don't, because it usually isn't. But more importantly, I will fight them if I find that there's a place for me to rest. And if I don't find that there's a place for me to rest, oh, this might be it. Then, yeah, if I don't find it, then we're not going there. In the distance, you can see a city built into the west wall of this enormous cavern. Its flickering lights are barely visible through the mist. It is surrounded by nicely tended fields of mushrooms and strange twisted fungi. You can see faint figures wandering among the fields, tending to them. Gray humans, thin and slightly hunched over. The Nisse. They are ignoring you. Okay. The dragon, I didn't know if the dragon had seen me, but these people, they're purposely ignoring me. You get close to the Nisse farmers. They are simple folk, unarmed, using unfamiliar tools to tend to the fields of fungi. You approach them, hoping to ask questions and learn something about these strange people. When you get close, they don't look at you. They simply fade away into nothingness. Aww. They're ghosts. And I'm making them go away. You reach the outskirts of the city. It is abandoned. No people on the ramparts or at the gates. Its residents fled ahead of you. You have to admire the beauty of the bizarre architecture. A whole city in the underworld. You try to memorize the details so you can describe them to Delia later. She will want to hear all of it. And I am a good brother to know all this. Wait a minute, you said the city was deserted. This is unfair. No, and also risky. It's unfair and risky. I don't know. I don't know that they're... I mean, I don't particularly want to kill the Nisse, but they did say that I should turn back. But, like, they really didn't. They said, like, the words they used were the words of turn back, go away, we don't want you here. But what they were really saying is, come here, this is the end of the game. You must come here, and if you don't, bad things will happen. Anyway, we're back over to the thing that we were at. The game auto-saves. We don't auto-rest, unfortunately. This is a small Nisse town. There are several low stone buildings separated by rows of fungal plants and small plazas. What you don't see are Nisse. The streets are lit but empty. No, what I don't see is a lot of stuff. Nisse is what you don't see. That's... Anyway, the town isn't fully abandoned, though. Little wisps of smoke are rising from several of the chimneys. You lie to me all the time, video game. Why do you do this? You said it was abandoned, and then it wasn't, and now it is, and now it isn't, and there's Volus and Volia. You are surprised to find a surface worlder down here. At least it seems like one at first. Yeah, because he's, you know, standing in the surface of the world. That's why he's a surface worlder. This seemingly normal... I'm being sarcastic. This seemingly normal human engages in ordinary activities. You talk... Okay. But... That's what distinguishes a surface worlder from an underworlder? Is the ordinary activities that they engage in, or don't, depending. You talk, but you get no response. The person completely doesn't know... What? He's completely doesn't notice? The person doesn't notice that you are here. And all of them are the same. But they don't turn into wisps. Or rather, they're not wisps that turn into... that go away. So, maybe the game did mean... did mean it when it said that it's deserted. I don't know. The game keeps lying to me. Okay. Makaula over there. We have Uka. Ukan. They all have very derivative names. It's just either they're siblings or something. Or I don't know. Macaula, you are here, Macaula says. This woman sitting by the fire is human. Mostly she has... what? No, not mostly. That's just the word, mostly. She has the white hair and pale grayish skin of the Nise. The glint of mischief in her eye, however, is completely recognizable. Welcome to charm me, visitor. Sorry we could not give you a warmer welcome. I am Macaula. Who are you? I am Prince Jeff of Haven. Of course, we know all about you. Your travels, the infection you spread. You are very industrious. With my infection, yes. How did you know that I was very industrious? We need to watch our continent in 1,000 ways. We must tend to those we watch over, to care for them, to protect them, to punish them when needed. I had hoped you would come. I want your help. Obviously, she's lying because the Owen. That's it. That's just, yeah, she's lying. She's not watching over anybody, punishing nobody, protecting nobody. Nope. I mean, she's protecting. They might be protecting some, but just not all. So, yeah. So you watch the surface. Of course we do. It is about survival and our duty. How do you watch? Spies, envoys, crystals of sight, and of course, the surface folk dreaming for us in our refuges. Why do you watch? Sacramentum is ours. Its people are ours. We must care for them, especially when people like you come to bully them. You own the people on the surface? No, they are more like our children. We must care for them, help them, discipline... How do you pronounce that word? I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. Discipline, I think, maybe. Discipline them. We are human, like them. The Nise are a part of them. Where did the Nise come from? We don't know. We are human. We came from the surface once. But are we Ukatish? Vol? Ariel? We don't know. I hope we never do. I have another question. Macaula silently paces around the fire, sipping some tea. You can smell it. It's regular surface tea. As, you know, surface tea. The tea that, you know, that... It's funny. It's correct. I'm not picking on the phrasing. I'm picking on the... I'm just laughing at... It's kind of funny. Because, anyway. The Nise must trade for it. And now they probably just, you know, just plant it themselves. Because that's how... that's how they would do it. Because why would it not? Why can't they have surface tea down here? Tell me why. I mean, I realize the name is sort of, you know, it's just like whatever. So you what did you mean, quote, punish them, unquote, question mark? Oh yes, all on Sacramentum learn the Nise are here. They learn we watch over them. They learn that they must never ever talk about us. If they do not keep the secrets of the Nise, it is necessary to punish them. Yeah, that's why. Well, if everyone on the surface knows about you, why were you a mystery? Most don't know of the Nise at all. The few who do, some children of the Ucat, the Vol, the Ariel, they are told of us when young. Then they are told they must never speak of us ever. They are terrified with knowledge of what we will do when we find them out. Yes, this could be exactly the situation. Very contrived situation, and she would have to be hiding how the real methods are to making them terrified, because obviously it isn't just them being afraid of what they will do. It's what they have done, because you don't know what they will do unless you observe. Because that, you know, if I tell you that you must give me $1 million unless I destroy the entire world, then you're not going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to save the world, I'm going to give you $1 million. You're not going to do that, because there's no reason for you to believe that I could destroy the entire world. So, you know, obviously, I'm just making it, because we're talking, I'm saying me, because that's what apparently the stakes that are on the table right now with this game. But specifically in regard to the Nisa, if they say, I will kill you and your entire family, then you would have to have a reason to believe that they would do that. Like, for example, other families that get killed. And then you would be like, okay, that is not something I would want, so I will not tell. But while that would be a relatively contrived way of managing the secret, and probably what it is canonically, it isn't like if I were taking her seriously, which I'm not. I'm not taking her. If I were taking her character seriously, that's how I should put it. Which I am not. I'm taking her character as a vessel for the game developer to tell me the story that they wanna tell. But if I were taking her seriously, I would think she has delusions of grandeur, because it is most likely that nobody in the surface knows about them, and because we have never heard of the. I mean, the only time we've seen the Nisei is in the taverns and all that, and nobody ever told us about them. There's no foreshadowing. There's no nothing. At least not that I remember, obviously. But so it is much more likely that all of our conversation is just oh, they are terrified. Yeah, no, mate. They have no idea. They don't care. Nobody knows, and that would be a lot more likely, because as a character, she can be, and often characters are, flawed narrators in a way. Not flawed narrators, flawed conveyors of information, basically. They're giving you their perspective. And so that's a lot of fun when we have a story where your character tells you something that isn't correct or 100% correct. And you as a viewer need to be kept, or a reader or whatever, a player, need to be kept on your toes and be like, maybe they don't know what they're talking about. And of course, the easier to understand plots tend to rely upon, different characters telling you conflicting information, so you can be aware of the conflict and the possible source of unreliable information that you're given. And whenever there's no conflicting information, then the characters are a little bit more reliable, because there's no reason for you to doubt everybody. Can you imagine reading stories and being like, aha, but they may be lying? Then no story would ever be told, sort of, because the narrator can tell you things. Unless they're unreliable, which they exist. Anyway, the point is, yeah, she's full of it. She's full of it either one way or the other. Either they kill the people in the surface, then that the whole thing about protecting them is even worse. Or, yeah, because they're abusive parents, or whatever, some children. Because they said that they're like them, but they're absolutely... Either they're completely delusional, or they're abusive parents, as a metaphor, because that's the metaphor she used. But obviously that wouldn't be the correct thing. They're captives rather. Captors, the Nise being the captors of the people above. So they're the bad guys. Sort of. No, they are the bad guys. Why would they? I mean, yeah, they're the bad guys. There's no reason to... Also, I want to see this, because I said that nobody told us about them. There's a line here that says, we were told about you, though. And I don't remember that, but obviously I might be mistaken when I say that we weren't told about them. I do remember somebody. I think the only time we were told about them, either was Haven, people from Haven, or the people in the taverns of the Nisa that we find, one in each continent, or country, or whatever. Yeah, so let's see. You were told about you, though, yeah? Yes, whoever gave you the key will get the slowest and worst of punishments. We will find out, I promise. We will search all dreams. Why do you punish them? That's a good question. We have to be hidden, or people like you will come to destroy us. Then who will protect Sacramentum? Those who share our secrets hurt all on... Hurt? Those who share our secrets hurt all on... Oh, no, they hurt everyone and all, yes. But they hurt everyone on Sacramentum, yeah. How do you punish them? Those who betray us less... betray us less? Just a little bit of betrayal. That's actually fair enough. Those who aren't important, they are given to our protectors to hunt. It's how they practice. But to those who have authority and still betray us, the punishment is awesome and secret. Okay. I mean, they're the bad guys, aren't they? There's like, I mean, Haven is the bad guys here, and so that's pretty straightforward. But also the Nisei are the bad guys. So you say you want to help? You want my help? Yes, while you are still here and alive, I would like to take advantage of your knowledge. You have been on the surface more than I ever will. I am making constructs, human constructs. I'd like your help. You're making human constructs. You mean... You mean... You're making... what now? So constructs... Like, I'm making constructs. I don't 100% know what that means. Let me see if Google can tell me about this. Constructs. There you go. Construct. Its definition by Merriam-Webster's dictionary. It says... No, that's the verb. I don't want the verb. It's a transitive verb. Nice. I love... Those are the ones I like. Anyway, that's a noun right there. A theoretical entity. Right. That is where... Yeah, that is indeed... That's basically, you know, a metaphysical concept. Basically, it's what that means. A working hypothesis. Yeah, but that's not really... A product of ideology, history... Or... No, that's not... What the heck? What? No, but that's not how it's used. It's something that is constructed. That's how it's used in video games, at least. What does Merriam-Webster know anyway? Bet they weren't even a person. It's like a company or something. No, they were a person. Anyway, it's human. Because I'm thinking is, are they like cyborgs? Are you making cyborgs? You're making cyborgs? Or are you making like normal machines that are, you know, like tanks or washing machines, whatever, it doesn't matter, that are made by humans? Because like a human construct, it's something that is constructed by humans. That's what it is, right? That it's like human food. Human food isn't food made of humans, or food that looks like humans anyway. So, and they're humans. The Makala is, and the Nisa in general. Tell me about these No, actually, I can't ask you that, unfortunately. Why is the question, and why is indeed the question, as we well know. They can walk on the surface and listen. We Nisei learn most of what we know, we want to know from the surface. Still, we can never be complacent. That does not explain it. Making a human construct is very difficult. The complexity of human life, even dumb, simple human life, is hard to write. I think I am close, though, as long as my constructs don't get too involved with other humans. Marriage, that sort of thing. Of course. That would be the... That would be the biggest marriage, indeed, would be the biggest threat to your success in the constructs, whatever. They are indeed cyborgs. That's... Okay. Yeah. That's just a way of phrasing it. But, yeah, I don't want to help you, no. All right, I thought you might want an interesting experience before the end. Just go, then. We will deal with you soon enough. No. I mean, I did want an interesting experience, but what would happen is I would just ramble about all the things. So, well, maybe... I mean, if you're still listening on episode 144, then I can only... guess that it is interesting, and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to make my rambles interesting and at least accurate. That's, well, I make them at least try to be accurate. Rather, the interesting it's really out of my hands, really, because I don't dictate what I ramble about. The game dictates what I ramble about. There's a lot of odds, just odds. This building is decorated like the Havenite homes you visited in central Sacramento. Nobody is living in it, though. And the word yet in a single sentence. And we have another exit over here. I really would like... Oh my god, we're gonna need to lower the difficulty, aren't we? That is a terrible issue. It's a terrible issue, so we can't go there. Let's just keep going. I mean, I'm good with lowering the difficulty, honestly. It's like... Fortunately, it isn't something that... that will prevent us from finishing the game. Don't you attack? Yeah, I think you do. It's not something that's going to prevent us from finishing the game, but it is a little bit of a bummer. Something I really didn't want to have happen. You are at the edge of a hunting ground. The cave floor is marked by long, scorched stretches. You mean scratches? Scorched scratches? No, stretch. A stretch can be a noun. I suppose, yeah. There are old crumbling bones everywhere. Most of them from humans or mirelings. You can't tell. They've been too pulverized. Oh, now you're telling me that I'm unreliable when I say things that are completely outside of my any possibility of me knowing. I mean, in this case, actually, it makes even less sense because I would be able to tell that bones are humans because of because, you know, you can tell, sort of. You smell sulfur and rot. In the distance, strange orb-like creatures hover over the cave, looking for prey. There should be a dash over there, I'm pretty sure. Orb-like, when you say orb-like. So it's more, what are they called? Beholders. Yeah. The ones from Baldur's Gate. No, not Baldur's Gate, Dungeons & Dragons. When you get close to this body, you realize that he is actually alive. He is an Ukatish man, taken from the surface and hunted by the sentries of the Nise. You try to revive him, despite him being alive, but he is too far gone. Hunger... Oh, right, I see what you mean. Hunger and dehydration claim him. As he takes his final breath, he points into the air behind you. At last they come, he says. Oh, freaking hell, it's the stupid orb-like... Go away, I don't need you. That's dumb. Don't make them pursue me, they hurt. Ooh, that's potentially good. There is a massive doorway in the cave wall to the north. There is an opening at the top so that the orb creatures can hover in and out. There are 4 enormous cages to either side of the path, where the prey of the Nise's hunters are stored until they are released to be hunted. The cages are empty. The Nise will soon refill them with any surface worlders who offend them. Actually, that's definitely correctly used. I do not know where we are, though. What's the autosave like? Nise lands. This is a narrow, high passage carved into the cave wall in a long, hypnotic loop. You can't see the ceiling. It is lost in the mist and darkness above you. No doubt many of the Nise's floating orb monsters are hiding up there. This must be where they breed the things or make them, or whatever they do. It is far from the source of their power, but it is a good place for vandalism and hunting of treasure. No, that's not what I want. I don't want vandalism. Who wants vandalism? That's like... No. Don't do vandalism. Those look like peaceful people. A crowd of starving, desperate humans is chained to posts ahead. It's a mix of Ukat, Achriel, and Vol. All of them are dazed, their minds broken by the magic of the orb creatures. As you get closer, their shackles suddenly come loose, freeing them. You think they might be free, because you just said that it's freeing them. Then several young, inexperienced eye beasts float out of... You mean inexperienced eye beasts? What the hell? How do you know they're inexperienced? They could be the oldest ones. Maybe they shrink as they get older. Float out of the shadows above. They are eager to practice their magical skills. Well, what are they going to do? On me? They are going to do it on me. Wait, are you attacking me right now? Because it doesn't look like you're attacking me. You're running away, aren't you? Oh, those things die fast. Wow. The prisoners also die fast. Wow, that was a... I don't even, dude. Okay. Can't use my... That is the grossest sound. What the heck was that? Can't use my... energy. Wow, these guys are gonna die so fast. Did you die? You did not die. Did you die now? You did not die. Oh, you died now. So many bacons! I don't know what that does. I mean, them dying. Don't slow me down. I'm so nice. And you got haste. Also, you got vision strike and bleeding. And that should kill you. Wow, that is the grossest sound. Okay, so these are terrified prisoners. They're really leaving. They're... You hear distant horns. Yes, I do. I also hear the end of the episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Quinn's Wish. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.